Have you ever woken up in the morning with your heart racing, even though nothing has happened yet? You haven't even started your day, but your mind is already running wild. The worst-case scenarios, the things you haven't done, the conversations you haven't had, they all come crashing in, all at once. I've been there. Every single morning. I'd open my eyes and feel a tightness in my chest. My mind would be in chaos, spinning, like the world was crumbling around me even though everything outside was calm. But then, one morning, I decided to try something new. It only took 5 minutes. And after just 30 days of sticking to this, my anxiety dropped by over 80%. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? I thought the same thing at first. But now, this simple habit is an essential part of my morning. It's my mental armor, my way of stepping into the day with clarity and calm. Today, I want to share this simple habit with you. It doesn't cost anything. You don't need fancy equipment. It only takes 5 minutes each morning, and who knows? It might just change the way you start every day forever. So, let's talk about how this simple 5-minute habit works and how it can help you reduce anxiety, improve your mindset, and set the tone for a successful day. The habit I'm talking about is morning mindfulness meditation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Meditation. That sounds great, but I don't have time for it. And honestly, I'm not sure it works. I thought the same thing when I first heard about it. But here's the thing. This isn't about sitting cross-legged for hours, trying to empty your mind. This is about spending a few minutes each morning to reset your mind and calm your body before the rush of the day begins. You might be wondering, why does something so simple work? Well, let me explain. 1. Create your space of calm. First, you need to find a quiet place. Now, I know we all have busy lives, and sometimes it feels like there's no space for peace. But trust me, you don't need a whole room to yourself. You just need a small corner where you can sit and focus. Maybe it's at your kitchen table. Maybe it's in your bedroom, or even in your car before you head to work. The location doesn't matter as much as your intention. You're setting aside this moment just for you to find some peace before the chaos of the day. Now, imagine this. For the next 5 minutes, the world doesn't exist. It's just you, your thoughts, and your breath. 2. Sit comfortably. Next, get comfortable. You don't have to sit in any specific pose. Just sit up straight, feet flat on the floor, and relax your body. Close your eyes if you can, and focus on how your body feels. Is it tense? Is it holding on to stress from yesterday? That's okay. This is the moment to let go. As you sit, remind yourself that you're giving your body and mind a chance to recharge. 3. Focus on your breathing. Now, take a deep breath in. Inhale through your nose, letting your lungs fill with air, and slowly exhale through your mouth. Do this a few times and notice how each breath starts to calm you. Inhale peace and exhale stress. Simple, right? As you do this, notice how your body begins to feel lighter and your heart rate slows down. Here's the thing. When we're anxious, we often forget to breathe. We get caught up in the whirlwind of our thoughts. But this practice helps us reconnect with something so basic, yet so powerful: breath. Do you remember the last time you actually took a moment to breathe deeply? To just pause and focus on the present? It's amazing how much power it holds. 4. Let your thoughts flow. Here's the most important part. Don't fight your thoughts. It's normal for your mind to wander. It's natural to think about your to-do list, or yesterday's arguments, or the uncertainties of tomorrow. But the goal here isn't to stop those thoughts. It's to observe them without judgment. Think of your thoughts like clouds. They float in, and they float out. You don't need to hang on to them. As you meditate, notice how you're able to detach from the chaos. Your thoughts don't control you. You can let them come and go without getting swept away by them. Isn't that freeing? By practicing this every day, you begin to train your mind. You create space between your thoughts and your reactions, which gives you the freedom to respond more calmly to stress. 5. Set your intention for the day. Before you finish, take just a moment to set an intention for the day. What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to feel? It can be simple. I want to stay calm no matter what happens today. Or, I will approach my work with focus and clarity. Visualize yourself moving through your day with ease, handling any challenges with a peaceful mindset. By the end of these 5 minutes, you've already set yourself up for a successful, anxiety-free day. So, why does this 5-minute habit work so well? Because it trains your mind. Think about it. We often wake up already feeling stressed, already thinking about everything we have to do. But with this practice, you create space. You reset your mind before it starts racing. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you feel empowered. This isn't just a quick fix. This is about building a mental routine that empowers you to take control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your life. For me, it was a game changer. I used to wake up with a sense of dread, feeling like I was drowning in my thoughts. But now, with just 5 minutes of mindfulness meditation, I feel grounded and ready to take on anything. But here's the catch. This takes consistency. Like going to the gym, you won't see results after one session. But as you continue practicing, you'll notice the anxiety fading away and a sense of peace taking its place. Tomorrow morning, I challenge you to take 5 minutes for yourself. Find your quiet space, focus on your breath, and set your intention for the day. It could be the start of something powerful. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from this practice. Leave a comment below. How do you start your mornings? What habits help you stay grounded? Thanks for watching, and remember, you have the power to calm your mind, conquer your anxiety, and live a life of peace and purpose. See you in the next video. Have you ever woken up feeling anxious, even though your day hasn't even started? Your heart races, your mind is already running a marathon. You start thinking of everything that needs to be done, all the things that might go wrong, or even the conversations you haven't had yet. It's overwhelming, right? I've been there. Every morning. But what if I told you that you could change that feeling in just 5 minutes? What if you could train your mind to wake up calm, focused, and ready to take on the day? Sounds impossible. I used to think so too. But now, this 5-minute practice is a non-negotiable part of my morning routine, and it's helped me reduce my anxiety by more than 80%. In today's video, I'll walk you through this simple habit, and I'm also going to share 7 tips to help you make it even more powerful. This is a practice that's completely free, requires no special equipment, and only takes 5 minutes each morning. So, let's dive in. The core of this habit is something I call the Mindset Trio, a quick routine that can completely transform your mornings. It's a simple 3-step practice designed to help you reset your mind, reduce anxiety, and increase your focus. The Mindset Trio consists of 1 minute of conscious breathing, 2 minutes of deep gratitude, 2 minutes of positive visualization. Let's break each one of these down. 1 minute of conscious breathing. The moment you wake up, before you check your phone, before you talk to anyone, take a moment to sit up in bed. Close your eyes and start with your breath. Here's how it works. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat this for 1 minute. Now, why is this so powerful? This simple act of focusing on your breath sends a message to your nervous system. It tells your body, we're safe. There's no danger. We're okay. When we wake up, our cortisol levels, that's the stress hormone, are naturally higher. This breathwork helps lower cortisol, activating your parasympathetic nervous system, part of your nervous system that calms you down. This 1 minute alone sets the tone for the day by helping your body enter a calm state. Can you imagine how different your mornings would feel if, instead of jumping straight into stress and anxiety, you gave yourself just a minute to breathe deeply and ground yourself? 2 minutes of deep gratitude. Next, take 2 minutes to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. The key is to be as specific as possible. For example, the soft sunlight coming through my bedroom window, the warm socks I wore last night, the encouraging text from my friend yesterday. Why does gratitude matter so much? Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, from fear to fullness. Think about it. How often do we focus on what we don't have, what we're lacking? But by actively choosing to appreciate the small things, you start your day from a place of positivity and abundance. You're teaching your mind to look for the good instead of the negative. By doing this in the morning, the world starts pulling you in different directions. You're setting a positive foundation for the rest of the day. You're creating a mental habit that helps you navigate your day with a calm and confident mindset. How many times have you woken up already feeling overwhelmed by everything you have to do? What would happen if you chose to focus on the blessings in your life instead? 3 minutes of positive visualization. Finally, spend the next 2 minutes visualizing yourself having a calm, successful, and positive day. Picture yourself walking into a meeting, feeling confident and ready. Imagine yourself finishing tasks without stress, feeling in control. See yourself enjoying a peaceful evening, knowing you've accomplished what you needed to. This may sound a little woo-woo to some, but visualization is powerful. Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest minds in personal development, said, "What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Visualization isn't just about daydreaming. It's about mentally rehearsing your day and your goals. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. When you visualize, you are creating a roadmap for your mind, telling it how to react and what to expect. This primes you for success. In just 2 minutes, you can set yourself up to face challenges with calm and clarity, rather than anxiety. It's like mental training that prepares you for anything the day throws at you. Now, you've just learned the core of this 5-minute habit mindset trio. But to make this habit stick, here are 7 tips to help you maintain consistency and amplify the benefits. Be consistent. Do this every day, without exception. The power of this practice comes from repetition. Start small. If 5 minutes feels too much, start with 2 to 3 minutes and gradually work your way up. Make it comfortable. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Comfort and tranquility are key. Keep it simple. Don't complicate the process. Stick to the basic steps and keep it easy. Create a routine. Do this practice at the same time every day, ideally first thing in the morning. This will help you build the habit. Track your progress. Keep a journal of your feelings each morning. Track how your anxiety changes over time. Be patient. This isn't an overnight transformation. It takes time. Trust the process. The key to this habit is practice. You won't see immediate results, but over time, you'll notice a shift in your mindset and your ability to handle stress. I can't stress this enough. Small daily habits are the foundation for a transformed life. It's not about giant leaps, it's about consistent, small actions every day that compound into big results. So, here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, take 5 minutes for yourself. Do the mindset trio and set the tone for a calm, focused, and positive day. And remember, your mind is like a garden. What you plant and nurture grows. If you plant seeds of calm, gratitude, and positivity, you'll begin to see your life transform in small habit at a time. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button, share it with a friend who could use some calm in their mornings, and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know in the comments how you start your day and what habits help you stay grounded. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. How often do you find yourself waking up, feeling stressed, and already overwhelmed by everything that's waiting for you? You've barely opened your eyes, but your mind is already racing through your to-do list, worries about the day ahead, and the pressure of what needs to be done. Sound familiar? I've been there. Every single morning. The weight of the world on my chest as soon as I wake up. The feeling that my mind is running faster than I can keep up with. But what if I told you that you could change that feeling in just 5 minutes? That's right, 5 minutes can be enough to set the tone for your day, to change your mindset, and even to reduce your anxiety by more than 80%. It may sound too good to be true, but it's something that I personally practiced and experienced. And today, I'm going to share this simple, yet powerful, morning routine with you. It's not only easy to follow, but you can also connect it to something you already do every day, which makes it that much easier to stick with. Are you ready? Let's dive in. The key to transforming your mornings and your mindset is creating a habit that you can do every day without fail. And the beauty of this habit is that it takes only 5 minutes. It's not a huge commitment, but the impact is immense. Now, let me walk you through this simple practice. I call it the Mindset Trio, and it's made up of 3 powerful steps. 1 minute of conscious breathing. 2 minutes of gratitude. 2 minutes of positive visualization. Let's break it down step by step. 1 minute of conscious breathing. The first thing I want you to do when you wake up, before checking your phone, before you talk to anyone, and even before you think about the day ahead, is to sit up, close your eyes, and start with your breath. Here's the method. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat this for just 1 minute. Why does this work? Because when you breathe deeply and consciously, you're sending a message to your nervous system. You're telling your body, we are safe. We are calm. There is no need for stress right now. When we wake up, our body is often flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone. This practice helps to lower cortisol, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of your nervous system responsible for calming you down. In just 1 minute, you can reset your mind and body, shifting from a state of tension to one of calmness and focus. Can you imagine starting your day in a more relaxed state instead of feeling immediately anxious and rushed? 2 minutes of gratitude. Now, after you've grounded yourself with your breath, spend the next 2 minutes thinking about 3 things you're grateful for. And the more specific you are, the better. It could be anything, big or small. For example, the sunlight streaming through my window, the warm cup of coffee I get to enjoy, a message from a friend that made me smile yesterday. Gratitude is like a mental reset. It helps shift you from a mindset of scarcity and stress to one of abundance and peace. When you wake up thinking about what you're thankful for, it's like starting your day with a dose of positivity. Here's the real power of gratitude. It helps you train your mind to notice the good in your life, even on the toughest days. It's a powerful habit that can increase your overall happiness and decrease stress over time. How often do we focus on what's going wrong or what we don't have? What if we started each day by focusing on the good that's already here? 3 minutes of positive visualization. Now, for the final step. Spend the next 2 minutes visualizing yourself having a successful, calm, and confident day. Picture it clearly in your mind. Imagine walking into that meeting, feeling confident and ready to take on anything. Picture yourself finishing your tasks effortlessly without feeling overwhelmed or stressed. See yourself enjoying a peaceful night's sleep, knowing that your day was productive and fulfilling. Visualization is not some woo-woo thing, it's a mental rehearsal for your day. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. By visualizing positive outcomes, you're priming your brain to make them happen. Napoleon Hill once said, "What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Visualization helps you create that belief. It's about training your mind to be prepared for success, calm, and focus. So, now you know the core of the practice, the mindset trio. But there's one final element that can make this habit stick. And this is where many people struggle: consistency. How do you make this 5-minute routine a daily habit without letting life get in the way? Well, here's the key. Link it to a habit you already do every day. Your brain loves routines and patterns. It thrives on consistency. So, the best way to make this practice stick is to connect it with something you do automatically. For example, I've linked my morning routine to the act of turning off my alarm clock. The moment I hit snooze or turn off the alarm, I immediately sit up and start my practice. No thinking, no hesitation, no excuses. I just do it. It's easy to get caught in the rush of the morning, but if you link this new habit to something as simple as turning off your alarm or drinking your first glass of water, it becomes almost automatic. The brain is now wired to expect this ritual as part of your routine. What small, everyday action could you tie this habit to? Maybe it's brushing your teeth, making your bed, or having your morning coffee. Find that trigger, and you'll make this practice a seamless part of your life. To recap, the mindset trio consists of just 5 minutes of breathing, gratitude, and visualization. It's a practice that can set the tone for your day, reduce stress, and improve your focus. And by linking it to an already existing habit, you make it easy to stick with, day after day. Remember, the goal isn't to get it perfect. It's about showing up every day, even for just 5 minutes. Because those small moments of consistency compound over time, and they can transform your life. So tomorrow morning, when your alarm goes off, instead of rushing to check your phone or thinking about everything you need to do, take 5 minutes for yourself. Breathe, give thanks, and visualize your success. And I promise, this small change could be the beginning of something powerful. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little more peace in their mornings. Leave a comment below and let me know what habit you're going to link this morning practice to. Thanks for watching, and remember, small habits lead to big transformations. How often do you wake up and the first thing you do is reach for your phone? Email, messages, notifications 7 are pulling at you, demanding your attention. But here's the truth. What if I told you that the first 10 minutes of your day could be the most peaceful, the most empowering, and the most life-changing if you just gave yourself that space? Now, I know you're thinking, but I need to check my messages. I need to see what's going on. Trust me, I get it. I've been there. But here's the thing. The world can wait for 10 minutes. It really can. What if you could start each day with calm, with clarity, and with a sense of control instead of diving headfirst into chaos? Imagine not feeling rushed, not reacting to every ping and notification, but actually taking charge of your day from the moment you wake up. Today, I'm going to share with you one of the simplest, yet most powerful habits you can incorporate into your morning 5-minute habit that has helped me reduce my stress, improve my focus, and take back control of my mornings. And it starts with a small, but life-altering change. Don't touch your phone for the first 10 minutes of your day. Sounds easy. Well, it's simple, but not always easy. But stick with me, and I'll explain why it works and how it can transform your life. The power of a phone-free start. You see, one of the first things many of us do when we wake up is grab our phones. We check emails, scroll through messages, dive into social media, and suddenly, the mind starts spinning. Did I get a response to that email? What's going on in the world today? Did someone tag me on Facebook? But here's the thing. You don't have to start your day like that. When you wake up and immediately react to the world outside of you, you're letting the external world dictate your mood, your mindset, and your pace. It's like you're allowing everyone else's agenda to take over your own. But what if, instead of reacting, you could proactively shape your own day? Think about it. How often do you feel stressed and overwhelmed the minute you pick up your phone? How often do you start your day with anxiety just by seeing one email or one social media notification? But what if you could wake up with peace, control, a sense of calm? Why 10 minutes matter? Let's talk about why this small change in not touching your phone for the first 10 minutes can make a huge difference. First, think of your mind as a blank slate when you wake up. Your subconscious is still in a relaxed, calm state. Now, think of that phone as the trigger that jolts your mind into go mode the moment you touch it. It sends you into reaction mode without you even realizing it. Your mind becomes overwhelmed, overstimulated, and suddenly, you're trying to catch up with the world before you've even gotten out of bed. But here's the key. You don't have to start your day that way. When you give yourself 10 minutes of space before diving into the chaos of emails and notifications, you're giving your mind a chance to reset. You are taking control of your thoughts before they start running wild. During this time, you can focus on yourself. You can take deep breaths. You can center your mind. You can think about what you want to achieve that day, what you're grateful for, and how you want to feel. You decide. Think about how would your day be different if, instead of waking up to stress, you woke up to peace. The habit. How to make this work. Here's what I suggest. As soon as you wake up, don't reach for your phone. Just resist the urge and take those first 10 minutes for yourself. Instead of checking your email or diving into your social media feed, spend that time doing something that helps you center yourself. Here are a few things you could do. Focus on your breath for a minute or two. Simply sit up, close your eyes, and take slow, deep breaths. Let your breath be the first thing you focus on. This can help reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and activate your body's relaxation response. Think about what you're grateful for. You don't have to write it down or make a big deal of it, just silently acknowledge 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as, I'm grateful for this bed I'm lying in, or I'm grateful for the sun coming through my window. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. Visualize your day. Before you let the world in, take a moment to picture how you want your day to unfold. Imagine walking through your day with confidence, ease, and success. Visualizing success has been shown to increase focus and productivity. The key here is to not let the outside world control you the moment you wake up. Don't let your email or your social media dictate how you feel before your feet even hit the floor. Instead, take control of your morning. The science behind it. So why does this work? Why does giving yourself these first 10 minutes of peace make such a big difference? It all comes down to how your brain works. When you wake up and immediately react to external stimuli like emails or notifications, your brain goes into fight or flight mode. The cortisol levels rise, and your mind starts racing. You're reacting to the world, instead of responding to it with intention. But when you take those 10 minutes of silence, you're allowing your body to naturally calm down. You're giving your mind space to reset. This allows you to approach the rest of the day with a clearer head, more energy, and a calm mindset. It's like the difference between being dragged into the day and stepping into the day with purpose and control. So, here's the challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, try this simple practice. Don't touch your phone for the first 10 minutes of your day. Use the time to center yourself, to breathe, to give thanks, and to visualize your success. I promise you, this small change can make a world of difference in how you start your day and how you handle everything that comes your way. It gives you the opportunity to take control of your mindset, your stress, and your emotions. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of calm and purpose instead of rushing into the day's chaos. Imagine walking through your day feeling confident, focused, and in control. Start small, but be consistent. And remember, the world can wait 10 minutes for you to take charge of your day. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could use a more peaceful start to their mornings. And don't forget to leave a comment below. What are you going to do with your first 10 minutes tomorrow morning? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have you ever woken up and immediately felt a wave of anxiety wash over you? Your mind races through a million thoughts, worries about work, your finances, your relationships. The day hasn't even started, but your body is already tense, your heart is racing, and you feel like you're already behind. I've been there. I've woken up with that heavy feeling on my chest, that overwhelming weight of worrying, even though nothing's happened yet. But what if I told you that this doesn't have to be your reality? What if, instead of running away from those feelings of anxiety, you could face them head-on and transform the way you approach your day? In today's video, I'm going to share a powerful technique that has helped me and can help you shift your mindset when anxiety creeps in. It's simple, it's effective, and it's all about calling out your worries by name. Sounds strange? Stick with me, and I'll show you how this small change can take the power away from your fears and give you back control. The power of naming your anxiety. Let's start with a question. What happens when we try to avoid something? We all know the answer, right? When we avoid something, it grows. It gets bigger. It becomes more overwhelming. Whether it's a difficult conversation, an unpleasant task, or even an emotion like anxiety, the more we try to avoid it, the stronger it becomes. Think about it. How many times have you had that nagging feeling of worrying, but instead of acknowledging it, you push it aside? Maybe you distract yourself with your phone, or you get caught up in the busyness of the day, thinking that if you ignore it, it'll go away. But the truth is, the longer you avoid it, the more it takes control. So, what if instead of pushing those feelings away, you face them directly? What if, instead of ignoring your anxiety, you gave it a name? I know it might sound a little odd, but trust me, this is a powerful technique that can change everything. Why naming your anxiety works? When we experience anxiety, we often feel out of control. It feels like this overwhelming force, this monster, that we can't escape from. But here's the truth. Anxiety is not the enemy. It's just a feeling. And just like any other feeling, it loses its power when we acknowledge it, when we look at it directly, and when we name it. Here's the process. Instead of ignoring the anxiety or trying to push it away, you say to yourself, this is the anxiety about money, or this is the fear of being judged. You might even say, this is the fear of failure. By naming your anxiety, you take away its power. You make it small. You shine a light on it, and just like shadows that shrink when exposed to light, your worries begin to lose their grip on you. Why does this work? Because the moment you name your anxiety, it no longer controls you. Instead, you are in control. You have acknowledged it, you've recognized it, and now you can choose how to respond to it. How this works in real life. Let me give you an example from my own life. There were mornings when I woke up with this deep, underlying fear about my finances. I didn't even need to check my bank account to feel that dread. I just knew that it was there, lurking in the background, silently influencing my mood and mindset for the whole day. But one day, I decided to try something different. Instead of ignoring that anxiety, I sat with it for a moment and I said, this is the fear of not having enough money. The moment I named it, something shifted. It was like the pressure in my chest eased, and I could breathe a little easier. It wasn't this shadowy, overwhelming feeling anymore. It had a name. And with that name came a sense of control. Now, instead of letting that anxiety dictate my actions or ruin my day, I can acknowledge it, accept it, and choose how to respond. I might tell myself, okay, this is the fear of money, but I've taken steps to manage it. I am doing my best, and I can handle whatever comes my way. By naming it, I reclaim my power over the situation. The next step, accepting your anxiety without judgment. Here's where it gets really interesting. Once you've named the anxiety, don't fight it. Don't try to push it away. The goal isn't to banish your feelings, but to accept them. This might sound counterintuitive. Would you want to accept something as uncomfortable as anxiety? But here's the truth. When you fight against your feelings, they grow stronger. But when you accept them, they become easier to handle. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to push against a strong current in the ocean. The harder you fight, the stronger the current pulls. But if you let yourself float with the current, you can navigate through it much more easily. Your feelings are just like that current. When you accept them, you stop fighting against the natural flow of life, and you start to move with it. So, once you've named your anxiety, accept it without judgment. It's okay to feel anxious. It's okay to have fears. These feelings don't define you. They're just passing emotions, and by naming them, you've already begun to neutralize their power, making it a daily practice. The great thing about this technique is that you can use it every day. The more you practice naming your anxiety, the less control it has over you. It's a skill, and like any skill, the more you practice it, the easier it gets. In the mornings, when you wake up with that familiar knot in your stomach, take a moment to name the feeling. If it's about work, say, "This is my fear of failure at work." If it's about relationships, say, "This is my fear of rejection." Then, take a deep breath and acknowledge it. Accept it, and then move forward. Now, let me ask you, how much of your anxiety is simply the result of avoiding it? How much more peaceful would your mornings be if you started the day by naming your worries, rather than running from them? I can tell you this, the moment you start calling out your anxiety by name, it loses its grip on you. It becomes less powerful, less overwhelming, and you regain control over your thoughts and your emotions. Tomorrow morning, when that familiar wave of anxiety tries to sneak in, try this. Stop for a moment, name the feeling, and watch how it shrinks. You'll be amazed at how much easier it is to move through your day with clarity and calm. Remember, you don't have to let your worries control you. You have the power to acknowledge them and choose how to respond. And that's where true peace begins. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from this practice. And leave me a comment below. What's the biggest worry you're going to name and face tomorrow morning? Thank you for watching, and remember, you are in control of your feelings. Name them, face them, and transform them. How many of you have woken up in the morning and immediately felt overwhelmed by the chaos around you? The noise, the clutter, the buzzing of notifications, and the never-ending to-do lists. It's like the world is constantly demanding your attention, pulling you in 1,000 directions before you've even had a chance to take a breath. What if I told you that the key to starting your day with calmness and clarity isn't about changing everything around you, it's about creating a space where your mind feels at ease, where you can simply breathe and reset? Today, I want to share a simple, powerful habit that can completely transform your mornings, creating a quiet space for yourself, a space where your mind can finally relax, and you can center yourself before diving into the chaos of the day. Sounds simple, right? But the truth is, this little change can have a huge impact on your overall mental well-being. It's not about having a perfect space or a big, fancy setup. It's about creating an environment that signals to your brain, "This is a safe place. This is a place where I can breathe and reset." Let me show you how this simple practice can bring more peace and intention into your life. The power of space, why environment matters. Have you ever noticed how your environment can affect your mood and mindset? You might not think about it consciously, but it's happening all the time. Whether it's the clutter in your home, the noise from outside, or the brightness of artificial lights, your space has a direct impact on your mental state. Think about it for a second. When you walk into a room that's messy, noisy, or full of distractions, how does it make you feel? Chances are, your mind is racing, your focus is scattered, and your energy feels drained. But what if you could create an environment that calms your nervous system, reduces stress, and makes you feel at ease the moment you step into it? That's the power of creating a quiet space, a designated area where your mind can unwind and reset. How to create your calm space, the 5-minute ritual. Creating a peaceful environment doesn't require a lot of time or effort. In fact, you can start with as little as 5 minutes each morning. So, how do you create this space? Light a candle. One of the simplest ways to create a calming atmosphere is by lighting a scented candle. Now, I know what you're thinking, a candle. That's it, yes. The flickering flame, the soft glow, and the gentle scent can immediately signal to your brain that it's time to slow down. The light itself calms your nervous system, and the smell can trigger positive emotions and relaxation. It's a simple, yet incredibly powerful way to create a space that feels safe and soothing. Wrap yourself in softness. Next, take a soft blanket or throw and wrap yourself up. The feeling of warmth and comfort has an immediate soothing effect on your body. It's like a gentle embrace that tells your nervous system, you're okay. You're safe here. This small act can be a game changer when it comes to creating a peaceful, welcoming environment. Adjust the lighting. Bright overhead lights are harsh and overstimulating, especially early in the morning. Instead, try switching to softer, warmer lighting. If possible, open a window to let natural light in. If not, try using a dim light or even string lights to create a more relaxed atmosphere. The softer the light, the more your mind will interpret it as a signal to relax and let go of any tension. Clear the clutter. If you have a few minutes, take a moment to tidy up the space. Now, I'm not saying you need to deep clean the entire room, but simply clearing the clutter from your immediate surroundings can create a huge difference in how you feel. When there's less visual distraction, your brain doesn't have to process as much, and you can feel more at ease. Add some calming sounds. If you enjoy background noise, consider playing soft, calming sounds such as nature sounds, instrumental music, or a guided meditation. These gentle sounds can drown out distractions and help you focus on the present moment, reducing the feeling of chaos that often fills the morning. Why this works: the science of creating peace. You may be wondering, why does this work? What's the science behind it? Here's the truth: our brains are highly influenced by our environment. When we're surrounded by clutter, bright lights, or loud noises, our brain can't help but feel stressed and overstimulated. It's like trying to think clearly while someone's constantly shouting at you. But when we create a calm, peaceful environment, our brain gets a signal that it's safe to relax. This is especially important in the mornings. The first few moments after waking up set the tone for the entire day. If you wake up to chaos, anxiety, or stress, that's the energy you carry with you throughout the day. But if you wake up to a calm and peaceful space, you're more likely to approach your day with a sense of centeredness and clarity. Creating this space isn't about perfection, it's about intention. You're intentionally creating an environment that supports your mental well-being, and that simple act can set you on the path to a more peaceful and productive day. My personal experience. When I first started creating a calm space in the mornings, I noticed a significant shift in how I felt throughout the day. I used to wake up feeling overwhelmed by everything I had to do. My mind would immediately start racing, and I felt like I was always playing catch-up. But now, with just a few minutes of lighting a candle, wrapping myself in a soft blanket, and adjusting the lighting, I feel grounded and present before I even start my day. It's like my brain knows, this is a safe space. I can breathe. I'm allowed to take a moment to just be. Creating a space that promotes calmness is a simple but incredibly powerful way to start your day on the right foot. It only takes a few minutes, but the impact can be huge. By lighting a candle, softening the lighting, clearing the clutter, and adding some calming sounds, you're giving your brain the signal to relax, breathe, and reset before the rush of the day begins. So, tomorrow morning, take just 5 minutes to create your own peaceful space. Light a candle, wrap yourself in something soft, adjust the lighting, and clear the clutter. I promise, this simple act of creating a calm space will not only help you feel more at peace in the moment, but it will also set the tone for a more intentional and productive day. Remember, your environment shapes your mind. Take the time to create a space that allows you to thrive. If this video resonated with you, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from a little more peace in their mornings. Leave a comment below. What's your favorite way to create a calm space in your morning routine? Thank you for watching, and remember, take a moment to breathe, reset, and reclaim your peace. How often do you start your morning feeling rushed, overwhelmed, and unprepared for the day ahead? Maybe you wake up already thinking about everything you have to do, feeling the pressure of tasks piling up, and wondering if you'll ever catch up. Sound familiar? But what if I told you that there's a simple, easy way to shift your mornings and create a sense of calm, clarity, and control in just 5 minutes? Today, I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful tools I've used to transform my mornings and Honestly, my entire day, tracking a habit for 7 days. You might be thinking, 7 days. That's it. Trust me, this small act of consistency can create a huge impact on your mindset, your productivity, and even your mental well-being. In this video, I'll show you why and how taking just a few minutes every morning and tracking that habit over the next 7 days can change the way you feel and react to life. Let's dive in. Why tracking matters. Let's start with a simple truth. Your brain craves routine. When we establish habits and routines, our brains get used to them and they start to work on autopilot. But here's the catch. You have to start somewhere. You have to build the foundation, and that's where the power of tracking comes in. Why is tracking so important? Because when you track something, you give it intentionality. It's like setting a clear goal for your mind and body, saying, "This is important, and I'm going to make time for it." Now, imagine tracking your progress every day for 7 days. It doesn't have to be something huge or complicated. Maybe you're working on building a better morning routine, developing a mindset shift, or just carving out some time for yourself. When you check off those little moments of progress, it gives you a sense of accomplishment. And here's what happens when you track your growth for 7 days. You start to notice real change. The 7-day challenge, what you'll do each day. Here's the simple plan. For the next 7 days, take 5 minutes each morning to engage in a positive habit and mark it down. You can use a notebook or an app, whatever works best for you. The key is to track it daily, like a small win. Every time you complete the habit, check it off with a simple. Now, what should that habit be? It's up to you, but let's focus on something that can truly set the tone for your day. Something simple, but powerful. For example, mindful breathing. Spend just 1 minute focusing on your breath. Inhale deeply, hold, and slowly exhale. Breathe in calm, breathe out stress. You can even make it a breathing pattern, like for 6 inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. Gratitude practice. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how big or small. This simple shift in focus can change your entire mindset from scarcity to abundance. Visualization. Spend 2 minutes visualizing your day ahead. Imagine yourself moving through it with calmness and confidence. How do you want to feel? What do you want to achieve? Picture yourself handling challenges with ease and success. These are just a few examples, but you can tailor it to whatever resonates most with you. The point is that you're taking action for 5 minutes and you're giving yourself something to track, something to mark with at the end of each day. How tracking will shift your mindset. Now, you might be thinking, why does this 7-day practice work? What's the magic behind it? Here's the thing. Consistency creates change. In just 7 days, you will begin to notice subtle, yet powerful shifts in how you approach your day, your tasks, and your reactions. You see, your brain thrives on small wins. Every time you check off that, you're telling your mind, "I'm making progress. I'm doing something positive for myself." This sense of accomplishment, no matter how small, triggers the brain's reward system, which encourages you to keep going. But here's where it gets interesting. Changes aren't just external. You'll start to notice. Your mind feels clearer. You're less foggy, more focused, and able to prioritize what really matters. Your reactions slow down. Instead of rushing into the day or reacting impulsively, you'll find yourself more present and calm. You speak more mindfully. Your words become more deliberate, less scattered, as you approach conversations and situations with intention. You'll start to feel more in control of your thoughts and emotions, rather than feeling like you're constantly chasing after them. These are the results of building a small habit of consistency, and they don't take long to manifest. Personal experience. Why it works. Let me share a personal example. I started tracking my morning habit of mindful breathing and gratitude just to see what would happen. At first, it seemed trivial, just 5 minutes, right? But after the first week, I noticed a shift in my energy. I felt more present in my conversations. My morning anxiety lessened. I wasn't rushing through my day, was able to take a breath, slow down, and react with more clarity. The best part, I started looking forward to that morning routine. It wasn't just a task on my to-do list, it became something I genuinely enjoyed. And over time, it became a habit that stuck. That's the power of consistency. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, create a small habit that you can track every morning. It could be breathing, gratitude, journaling, or even just taking a moment of silence. Whatever resonates most with you, do it for 5 minutes each morning and track your progress by marking it off with a simple. After just 7 days, take a moment to reflect. How do you feel? What changes have you noticed in your mindset? In your reactions? In your confidence? I promise, if you stay consistent for just 7 days, you will start to see real changes in how you approach your mornings and your life. It's not about perfection, it's about progress, no matter how small. The key is consistency, and with each check mark, you're building momentum. Remember, your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger and clearer it becomes. So, are you ready to take on this 7-day challenge? If this video inspired you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little extra motivation to start their day. Leave a comment below and let me know what habit you'll be tracking for the next 7 days. Thanks for watching. And remember, small habits, big changes. Have you ever felt like your mind is constantly racing, that your thoughts are spinning out of control, and you're just trying to keep up with the world around you? Maybe it's stress from work, worries about the future, or even just the weight of your daily responsibilities. But what if I told you that there's a simple, yet incredibly powerful tool you can use to regain control and calm your mind in the midst of all this chaos? That tool is affirmations. And today, I want to show you how saying just one sentence out loud can not only shift your mindset, but completely change the way you experience your day. It's not about wishing for things to happen. It's about affirming your power, your control, and your ability to shape your reality. This practice takes only a minute, but the impact, it can last the entire day. Let me walk you through why this simple habit works and how you can incorporate it into your routine for lasting change. The power of affirmations, why words matter. Have you ever noticed how the words you say to yourself can impact your mood, your thoughts, and even your actions? It's fascinating how much power our words hold, both for good and for bad. If you wake up in the morning and think, "Today's going to be awful," you're already setting yourself up for a challenging day. But if you wake up and say, "Today is going to be a great day," even if you don't fully believe it yet, you are shifting your focus in a powerful way. That's the essence of affirmations. They are simply statements you make to yourself to reinforce a positive belief, intention, or mindset. The key is that you speak it out loud, with conviction, and you believe in it. The beauty of affirmations is that they help you rewire your brain. We often live our lives on autopilot, repeating old patterns and beliefs without questioning them. But when we actively choose to speak positive truths, we're creating new neural pathways that support growth, confidence, and peace. The magic of saying it out loud. Why is it important to say your affirmation out loud? Because when you speak, you're not just thinking the words, you are vocalizing them, feeling them, and truly embodying them. This adds a layer of power that goes beyond just thinking a thought in your head. Here's a question. Have you ever noticed how saying something out loud can feel more real? When you tell someone something, it holds weight. It's like when you tell someone, "I'm going to do this today." It feels more concrete than just thinking it. By saying your affirmation out loud, you're anchoring that belief into your reality. And when you say it with your breath, with intention, and with belief, the affirmation doesn't just stay in your mind, it resonates with your entire being. Your body feels it, your emotions align with it, and your actions begin to reflect it. The affirmation, my personal example. I have a simple affirmation I say every morning, and I want to share it with you. It goes like this: I am at peace, I am in control, and I create my own reality. Let's break it down. Because this affirmation isn't just a random sentence, it's a powerful statement of truth. I am at peace. This is me reminding myself that no matter what happens today, I choose peace. I don't need to react with stress or anxiety. I can stay calm, centered, and grounded, no matter the external circumstances. I am in control. This part reminds me that I am not a victim of life's circumstances. I am the one who decides how I respond to the challenges that come my way. I am in control of my actions, my choices, and my energy. I create my own reality. This is the most empowering part. It's a reminder that I am the creator of my experience. Life doesn't happen to me. I have the power to shape it. My thoughts, my actions, and my mindset all play a role in how my day unfolds. When I say this affirmation, I don't just repeat the words, I feel them. I speak them with my breath, like I'm breathing life into them. I say them as though they are already true, because in that moment, they are. How to make affirmations work for you. Now that I've shared my affirmation, you might be thinking, how do I make this work for me? The great news is that you can create your own affirmation based on what you need most. Here's how. Identify your need. What's the one area of your life that you want to shift? Is it confidence, peace, clarity, focus? Think about what you truly need in that moment and craft an affirmation around that. Keep it positive. Affirmations work best when they are positive. Instead of saying, "I am not stressed," say, "I am calm and relaxed." Focus on what you want to feel, not what you want to avoid. Say it with belief. The key to making your affirmation powerful is to believe it. Even if you don't fully believe it at first, say it anyway. Have you ever felt like you finally found peace, only for anxiety to creep back in, seemingly out of nowhere? You've worked so hard on your mental health, you've made progress, and yet, there it is again, those same old worries, that same feeling of overwhelm. It's frustrating, isn't it? You might start thinking, why isn't this working? Why can't I just stay calm? But here's the truth. Peace is not a destination. It's a journey. Today, I want to share something that might shift the way you approach your mental health journey. It's not about being perfect. It's not about eliminating anxiety forever. It's about knowing that peace is something you return to every day, a place you can always go back to no matter how many times you get off track. In today's video, I'm going to share how understanding that peace is a journey can give you the tools you need to stay grounded, even when anxiety resurfaces. It's about building a practice, a habit, that gives you a map to find your way back when you lose your way. Let's dive in. The reality of anxiety. It's not all gone in one day. I'm sure you've had moments when you felt like you were finally on top of your anxiety. Maybe you've meditated every morning, followed your routines, and made significant changes in your life. For a moment, everything felt great. But then, one day, you wake up feeling anxious again. You feel overwhelmed, stressed, or uncertain. And you start asking yourself, didn't I overcome this? Didn't I work through this already? Here's the thing, anxiety doesn't disappear overnight. And you know what? That's okay. The key is not to see it as a failure, but as part of the journey. Let me ask you this, how many times have you expected yourself to be perfect? To have everything figured out? To finally be done with your struggles? I know I've done this to myself countless times, thinking that I should have it all together. But I've come to realize that being human means we're going to face challenges, setbacks, and moments where anxiety might come back. What matters is how we respond when it does. And that's where this habit I'm about to share comes in. Peace is a practice, not perfection. I want you to think about this. Peace is not a destination you reach. It's not about waking up one day and saying, "I'm done. I'm perfectly calm now. I will never feel anxious again." Instead, think of it as a practice, something you can return to over and over again, like a muscle that you strengthen over time. You'll have days when you feel completely in control and other days when anxiety sneaks in. That's okay. The goal isn't to avoid anxiety. It's to know how to return to peace when it comes back. When I started to understand this, everything changed. I stopped expecting myself to be perfectly calm all the time, and instead, I gave myself permission to be human. There's no shame in feeling anxious. What matters is knowing that you have the tools to get back on track and to come back stronger than before. Creating a map for your peaceful journey. This is where the habit comes in. With every practice you build, whether it's breathing, affirmations, or mindfulness, you're creating a map to guide you back to peace when you feel lost. Imagine for a moment that you're on a journey through the wilderness. You're walking down a path, but occasionally, the path gets hard to find, and you stray off course. The goal isn't to never wander. The goal is to always know how to find your way back. The more you practice, the quicker and easier it becomes to get back on track when life gets overwhelming. The truth is, life happens. You will face stress, you will feel anxiety, and you might get off course. But with the right practices, you'll always know how to return to your center, your peace, and your calm. Think about it. Have you ever felt lost, only to realize that you knew exactly what you needed to do to find your way again? Whether it's taking a deep breath, saying a simple affirmation, or just taking a moment to pause and reset. These tools are like your compass, guiding you back when you feel off course. The 7-day practice, building the habit. One of the most powerful ways I've found to stay on track is to create a small habit that I do every single day. This isn't about perfection, this is about consistency. Here's a simple habit you can try. For the next 7 days, Take just 5 minutes each morning to practice something that centers you. It could be mindful breathing, a short meditation, journaling, or an affirmation. The key is that you're doing it consistently, even if it's just for 5 minutes. You're laying the foundation to reconnect with your peace every single day. After 7 days, you'll notice something. You'll feel more grounded. Your mind will feel clearer. Your responses will be slower, more thoughtful. And most importantly, you'll begin to realize that you have the power to control your mindset. The magic of coming back stronger. And here's the beautiful part of this process. The more you practice, the quicker you come back to peace when you get lost. When anxiety shows up, you won't feel as overwhelmed because you have a tool, a habit, a practice to turn to. This isn't a race. It's a journey. And the more you commit to it, the easier it gets. The more you practice, the stronger your ability to bounce back becomes. I remember when I first started, I'd get frustrated when I'd feel anxious again. But over time, I realized that the key wasn't avoiding anxiety, was knowing how to return to peace when it appeared. And that's exactly what this habit has done for me. It's given me a map to navigate through life's challenges and return to a place of calm, even on the hardest days. So, what about you? Are you ready to embrace the journey of peace? Are you willing to stop expecting yourself to be perfect and instead give yourself permission to practice peace every day? Remember, peace is a practice, not a destination. Anxiety may come back, but you have the ability to return to calm, to return to your center. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. Here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, commit to 5 minutes each morning. Whether it's breathing, journaling, or an affirmation, make peace a part of your daily routine. You'll begin to notice a shift. You'll feel more in control, more grounded, and more at peace, no matter what life throws your way. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and share it with someone who could use a little peace in their day. Leave a comment below and let me know what practice you're going to start with in the next 7 days. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are not your anxiety. You are the calm that follows it. Have you ever felt like anxiety is a permanent companion in your life? That it's something you're stuck with, something that will never go away? I used to believe that, too. I thought that anxiety was just my reality, like a life sentence I had to accept. The constant worrying, the racing thoughts, the never-ending anticipation of the next bad thing to happen. But what if I told you that you don't have to live that way? That peace isn't something you find, it's something you create. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a simple 5-minute habit that completely shifted my mindset and helped me discover a kind of peace I never thought was possible. It's not a magic fix. It's not going to solve every problem overnight, but it can shift the way you approach your day and change the way you feel about yourself, starting with just 5 minutes. My old belief, anxiety as a life sentence. I used to believe that anxiety was something I had to live with. It was just part of me, like a shadow I couldn't escape. Every morning, I woke up with a sense of dread. I was always waiting for the next shoe to drop, always bracing myself for the next challenge, the next problem. It was exhausting. Have you ever felt that way? Waking up in the morning, already anticipating a bad day. That constant pressure, the thought that something bad is just around the corner? For years, I lived like that, thinking there was no way out. And here's the worst part, it became normal. But then, something shifted. I realized that maybe I didn't have to wait for anxiety to disappear before I could feel peace. Maybe I could create peace even while anxiety still lingered. What I learned, peace isn't a destination, it's a practice. Here's the key takeaway I want to share with you today. Peace isn't something you find, it's something you create. It's not about waiting for life to be perfect. It's not about expecting all the problems to vanish. Peace is about developing the tools to navigate through life's challenges without being overwhelmed by them. Peace is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to face those problems with a sense of calm and clarity. And you have the power to create it. The habit I'm about to share is simple, but powerful. It's something that takes only 5 minutes a day, but over time, it can help you shift your mindset and transform the way you experience life. The 5-minute habit, a simple practice for lasting change. The habit I'm talking about is a 5-minute morning routine. It's a ritual that centers your mind, helps you focus, and sets the tone for your day. And no, it doesn't require a fancy setup or expensive equipment, just you, your breath, and your intention. Here's how it works. Start with 1 minute of deep breathing. Sit down in a quiet space, close your eyes, and take deep, slow breaths. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 6 seconds. Feel the tension melt away with each exhale. This simple breathing exercise sends a signal to your brain that it's time to relax and let go of stress. Take 2 minutes to practice gratitude. Think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be huge, just small things that bring you joy. Maybe it's the warmth of your bed, the smell of your morning coffee, or the kindness of a friend. Gratitude helps shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. It rewires your brain to see the good in your life. And with 2 minutes of visualization, close your eyes and visualize yourself moving through your day with ease and confidence. Picture yourself handling challenges calmly, responding thoughtfully, and finishing the day feeling accomplished and at peace. Visualization helps program your mind for success and prepares you to face whatever comes your way with a sense of calm. That's it. Just 5 minutes. Why this works: the power of small habits. You might be wondering, why 5 minutes? How can such a short amount of time really make a difference? Here's the thing. Small habits have the power to create big changes. It's not about doing everything perfectly all at once. It's about consistency. By dedicating just 5 minutes each morning to this practice, you are signaling to your brain that peace is possible and you are in control. Think about it. How often do we expect immediate results from something big? We want to change our whole lives overnight. But the truth is, change happens in small moments. It's those tiny shifts, those small practices, that accumulate over time and lead to lasting transformation. Now, here's the challenge I want to give you. For the next 7 days, try this 5-minute habit every morning. Don't expect perfection. Don't judge yourself. Just give yourself 5 minutes each day to breathe, be grateful, and visualize. After those 7 days, stop and reflect. Ask yourself, do you feel your mind clearer, more focused? Is your morning less chaotic? Are you speaking to your loved ones with more patience and kindness? Do you feel like your mind is more of a friend than an enemy? You see, peace isn't something you find, it's something you create. And you have the power to create it every single day. If this video resonated with you, I want to hear about your experience. Share in the comments how this 5-minute practice works for you. Let me know if you feel a shift after 7 days. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little more peace in their life. Thank you for watching, and remember, you don't have to change your entire life in one day. Just change how you start your day and the rest will follow.